Hello everyone, I'm Life an NPC. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and welcome back if you've been here before. Today I am doing a meet the cast video where you can meet the characters who will be mainly featured the most in my new Let's Play series, which is going to follow the Growing Together expansion pack. And the storyline we're going for this is Runaway Teen Pregnancy. Our main character on the screen is Tiana. She is the one who has a pink suitcase right next to her, because if you watch the intro, she is unfortunately moving out today. So she's been staying at a youth hostel for the past 5 weeks after she ran away. But unfortunately, the owner, Carly, who we're talking to right now, can no longer afford it. So right now we're just saying our final goodbyes. And it's actually quite a sad time because all the youths have to leave. She no longer has ownership of a building. It's quite a sad situation, really. This is just a quick episode so you can get to know some of the main characters. This was going to be episode 1, but I'm gonna be honest, I hated all the gameplay that I did, and I'm just gonna have to refilm that. But I don't want to leave you guys with nothing because Runaway Teen Pregnancy is still happening. A few decisions I've decided to make is that we will not be playing with high school years because I found it so unbelievably boring. Yes, boring. I love everything about high school years except going to high school, which is like the main gist of it. Anyway, I'm gonna give it to Real Time Treasure, so I'll see you guys at the end. Goodbye. So before Tiana moves out and heads out, I want to introduce you to all the youths that live at this hostel. So this is Lauren. She is Tiana's best friend. They met in the youth hostel, and Lauren helped teach Tiana the ropes about, living life, since her parents were quite abusive and she wasn't able to leave the house pretty much at all. So she doesn't really know anything about the outside world. Lauren helped her get into high school and helped her get her first job at the cafe that they both work at together. More on that later. This sim right here is Aria. She's a sim who was actually a young adult, and I just aged her down into a teen. I made her a while ago, before I started doing YouTube, and I just loved her so much. She was married to another sim that's I've now turned into a teen, and I put them in a relationship because I think of this save as an alternate universe of these sims lives where they all know each other, but the lives they lived in my original gameplay still exists. So she's still married to Charles Chadwickson. But yeah, she's really sweet. She's a bookworm. She's really bubbly. She loves having fun, talking to people, and just being bright and happy. Here we have Amari. If you guys have watched my channel or watched my YouTube shorts, you may know Amari. He is from my Grow Up with Amari YouTube short, where you see him, how he looks as a toddler all the way up to a young adult. Basically right now in his teen years, he's interested in making music. He's learning more about basketball. This is Gavin. So I forgot to mention this, but Lauren, if you've noticed, Lauren and Gavin, they're both on my profile picture. Lauren has the deepest place in my heart. She's the first sim that I felt a real connection to. She was an artist, just trying to make money doing painting, and she was just having a really tough time. She was struggling. She was having issues with her family, and then she met Gavin, who is a Maxis sim that I gave a makeover to, and yeah, they just hit it off. They got married, as you can see from my profile picture. I don't know if I've changed it when you're watching this video, but if you're watching this video when it came out, you can see on my profile picture. And they adopted a cute little daughter called Aria. Not this Aria though, because Lauren was actually infertile in my previous save. We'll see what she's like in this one. I didn't choose it. She just couldn't have it. Her fertility was so low that it was almost impossible for her to have children. But who knows? When they get older, we'll see. And we'll even see if they even get together, because right now I have Gavin as having a crush on Lauren, but they're not actually in a relationship yet. So we'll see how that goes. So this is Sienna. Again, if you've watched my channel, she was in a YouTube short that I made. It was watch my sim go through a toxic relationship. So this is Sienna. I've also aged her down. Basically all the sims, all these teens are just aged down adults, because I didn't want to make a whole new set of teens. This is Charles Chadwickson. He is Arya's boyfriend. Like I said in the previous save file that I made ages ago, they were married, and like, but I didn't get that far with them because I think the save file got corrupt, so I couldn't even play with them. But I was so excited to play with them because I really like how Charles turned out. But it is what it is. Charles is a proper sim. You know, he's very prim and proper. He's all about respect and, you know, doing things the right way and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. It's so cool to see people interact with him because they interact with all the other teens, like smiling and waving. And whenever Charles talks to them, everyone just bows. And I'm like, yep, that's Charles for you. Anyway, so we won't be seeing those teens for a while because, like I said, Tiana, everyone has to move out, which includes Tiana, because they just can't afford it. So we will be going to our new home called an empty lot, and I'll see you guys when we get there. We are now currently in our new home in San Sequoia. Unfortunately, it is just an empty lot with mysterious tree. Lauren and Tiana decided to move in together because then they thought it'd be easier to afford a place to live if they lived together. But it turns out they're both very broke and aren't good at saving like the other youths that lived there, and also the other youths kind of have been there for longer, so they had more time to save, but they didn't, so they only have this empty lot. The other teens live in apartments in San Myshuno. Arya and Charles moved in together, and then the other three just lived together. So we did get a move-in box from Carly as a like, I'm so sorry that you guys had to leave so last minute. 2 sleeping bags and 2 laptops, so 1 for each of us, and also a cooler so that we can eat. So that's all we have, and that all came in this little box. And the reason that Lauren moved in with us is because Lauren knows that we are pregnant. She knows we're gonna need help, and she also knows that she can't afford to live alone even if she wanted to. We also both work at a cafe together in Newcrest, which I will be showing you guys in later in the day when we go to work. But first, the girls need to go to sleep. Oh no, Lauren's fine. But I'll put you to sleep anyway because they do have high school in the morning. So I will be back when they're in school. Also, ignore the money. I am going to cheat it down to 1,500 because that's how much they were able to save up together over the time. Continuing on from one of the last things I said in real time, I am still debating whether to actually play in the cafe or just make them go to work at a cafe, because I really want to do a more rags to riches kind of feel. I was enjoying so much using Carl's Dine Out mod. I would basically turn the cafe into a restaurant and put like loads of coffee and like cakes and like sandwiches on the menu. It was a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it took away from what this Let's Play is really about, which is family, growing together. So, I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Would you like to see me, you know, playing in the restaurant? If so, should I do that now, or should I potentially wait until she's had her child and maybe her child like grows up a little bit, becomes a teenager, then they can help out and can be like a family business? Like, what do you think about that rather than doing it now? Because that's what I'm leaning towards. I feel like we'll get so much more fun and enriching gameplay with growing together if we save the restaurant for when she's a little bit older. But let me know what you think. This outro was really long, so peace.